everyone, it's Bella, and today I thought I would talk to you about some of the books that I plan on reading while self-isolating. Now that we are stuck at home all the time, I think that this is just the perfect time to pick up some extra books and spend some time on reading. Usually during the school year, reading is not my priority since I never really seem to have the time for it. I usually like to read in really long intervals, so being in self-isolation is really the perfect environment for reading. And during this time, I have been challenging myself to read some books that I usually wouldn't pick up. Most of the books I read are usually really easy to read fiction, young adult books. And I'm hoping that I can kind of expand my horizons when it comes to reading and branch out into some genres that I usually wouldn't go for. I really want to be reading more classic novels, nonfiction, poetry, and I'm hoping that I can veer away from the usual young adult fiction novels that I go for and maybe go for some more adult fiction books. Before we begin, make sure you let me know what kind of books you're reading down in the comments. I would love to see the kind of books that you all are reading. For ages now, I've really been wanting to read some Donna Tartt novels, like The Secret History and The Goldfinch. I have heard so many phenomenal things about them, and based on the kind of books that I've been reading so far this year, I think that I would really enjoy them. If you've read them, let me know your thoughts on them. I think I'm most excited to read The Secret History because I love books set at college campuses and have like a good mystery to them, so I think I'm really going to enjoy them. Next, I would love to start reading more of Neil Gaiman's fiction. When I was younger, I read a lot of his children's books like Coraline and The Graveyard Book, and just recently I read his book that he wrote with Terry Pratchett, Good Omens, because I love the show, and it was an amazing book, and I hope that I can read some more of his adult fiction like American Gods or The Ocean at the End of the Lane. Again, I've heard fantastic things about both of these books, and based on their premises, I think that they'll be perfect for me. Next, one of my absolute favorite authors of all time, Leigh Bardugo, has come out with an adult fiction novel called Ninth House. I've heard so many fantastic things about it. I've heard that Ninth House has a similar atmosphere to Donna Tartt's novels, so I think reading those books back to back would be a really cool reading experience. And I already love Leigh's writing, so I know that I'm going to enjoy this book no matter what. Next, I'm going to discuss the only young adult novel that I'll be mentioning in this video, and that is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. I read The Raven Boys a couple of years ago, and I just thought it was okay. I didn't love it and I didn't hate it, so I think I'm going to give it another go. Also, one of my best friends is absolutely obsessed with this series, so that is also another thing that is urging me to pick the book up again. I honestly think I just read this book at the wrong point in my life, and I'm looking forward to seeing how I like it this time around. I have also been reading some books that I have been assigned to read for school. First, I'm reading All Quiet on the Western Front for European history. So far, it is absolutely beautiful, and already I'm only 50 pages in, but I would definitely recommend it to you. Also for school, I'm reading The Things They Carried for my AP Literature class. I haven't started this book yet, but it looks like I'm really going to enjoy it, so I can't wait to start it. And those are all of the fiction novels that I want to read. I don't own any of these books, but I'm thinking I could either order them online, order them from one of my local bookshops, or I could maybe get an ebook for them. And now I'm going to get into some classic literature and poetry. Since writing my research paper on The Picture of Dorian Gray, which I absolutely loved writing, I've really been wanting to get into more of Oscar Wilde's work. I think that he's such a fascinating person, and I really love his writing style. I think everything he writes is so funny and clever. I'm currently reading The Importance of Being Earnest, and it's so fantastic so far. There have been points where it literally made me laugh out loud, and I just think it's so witty and fun. So because of that, I definitely look forward to reading more of his plays and poems while in self-isolation. Lastly, I'm going to be making more of an effort to read more poetry. I have some poetry books from Byron, Robert Frost, Oscar Wilde, as I already mentioned, Edgar Allan Poe, and others that I have around the house. Poetry is so enjoyable for me, so I hope to pick some up every once in a while since I'm stuck at home. And those are the books that I plan on reading while stuck at home. I really hope that this video gave you some ideas for books to read, and I also hope that this inspired you to maybe step out of your comfort zone and read something different. I really do challenge you to read something different that you normally wouldn't pick up. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe. I would love to have you here. Thank you for watching and see you next time!